Well, if your New Year's plans include finding a new job, you are in good company. According to a recent study, 4 in 10 workers plan to pursue a new job in the first half of 2022.
So that leads to the question, do you have more leverage now than you did pre-pandemic? Joining us with some well-timed tips is professional futurist Rebecca Ryan. She's also the founder of Next Generation Consulting. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi there.
Okay, so let's get right into this. We know the Great Resignation's not done yet. Millions of people have already quit during the pandemic, and a lot are focusing on quality of life. So, Rebecca, when we're looking for a new job these days, it's not just about the paycheck, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, the reason that millions of people left their job was because they were asking themselves hard questions like, what is my time worth? What is my life worth? And there's a new priority. More people are saying, I want to work for a company that with purpose, or I want to work beyond the paycheck. I want greater flexibility. So tip number one is know what your priorities are.
Okay, so let's talk about that flexibility. So it's not just about the paycheck. We need to be able to adapt. We need the company to be able to adapt. But how do we really know when we sign up for that job that the company is really actually going to work with us?
That is a great question, and I actually think Omicron presents an opportunity here. So if you're in the job market right now, you might use Omicron to say, hey, what is our company's procedure if in fact we get another virus outbreak, we get another variant, are we allowed to work from home? That's a great way to stress test the amount of flexibility that your manager or the organization will give.
That's a good tip. Let me ask you this. A lot of people left the workforce early because of COVID, had to take care of family, a lot of reasons. So maybe they've got a gap in the resume. How would you suggest that they address that gap?
I actually don't think gaps in the resume are as big of a deal right now because so many workers have them and employers are becoming, in some cases, desperate to fill these jobs. So they're overlooking things like this. I think the better advice to job seekers right now is to keep your networks relevant and active. So maybe you took some time off to take care of your kids, but keep your LinkedIn profile up to date, keep in touch with the people who are still back at that organization or those who have moved on, because as we know, most jobs come from relationships.
So a lot in the younger generation, those straight out of college, say that the culture of the workplace is more important, again, than the moolah, the big paycheck. So how do we know if that company's values align with our own when we're signing up for that job?
What a great question. And this is one of the top 3 things that large employers are working on right now is how to give their organization sort of a halo effect, a sense of purpose beyond just making money. And they're doing that intentionally to allure the next generation. But there are 2 other things that they're doing to really try to attract workers back from being on the bench. One is diversity, equity, and inclusion, making sure that their organization is a place that welcomes all. And the second thing is working on their sustainability practices. So what are their investments in climate change? How are they personally changing their operations? So millennials are attracted to all 3 of those things, but increasingly all workers are attracted to all 3 of those things.
Yeah, quality of life matters these days. All right, Rebecca Ryan, she is the founder of Next Generation Consulting. And oh, by the way, a really cool title, a professional futurist.
That's very
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah, very cool. Thanks so much, Rebecca, for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rebecca.
My pleasure.